you find out, especially as a young artist, you you rehearse, and then that first day, you walk into that studio, and you see the musicians. Suddenly, your heart starts to beat a little faster, and you get quite nervous because everything is different. The room is different. The energy is different. You hear people warming up. It's a whole other bag of beans. And then you hear that downbeat. For Leonard Bernstein to be conducting an orchestra, it's like 10 orchestras. You know, the music is just, and it just takes you to so many amazing places that he's written and intended to take you, and you find yourself there. The passion and the energy and the melodic, beautiful sounds that came from, like A Boy Like That on top of I Have a Love. I mean, where do you go? To this very day, I walk into a place, and if the music is playing or someone decides to honor me with playing something from West Side, I still am thrown back to those wonderful, wonderful days that have really been a tremendous part of my life. The story that I love so much was going to that studio and your dad answering the door, and this magnificent smile opened the door and led me in. And I also tell this story in my club act because the audience loves to hear it also. And he escorts me into this room and sits me beside him. And I'll never forget it. He was on my left. Dancers don't forget things like that. They have a feeling about space and where, and Leonard Bernstein sat on my left, and these little voices started to talk to me again, saying, "You are sitting next to Leonard Bernstein. Now, whatever you do not throw up all over his beautiful piano." And then I tell the audience, and I didn't. That was not the first time I opened my mouth, but it was the first time that I sat next to a genius who knew that much about music, and made me welcome, made me feel as though I was hitting the right notes. I mean, Lenny did make me laugh, and I've told this story before, if I may tell it now. I didn't expect a warm, genuine, fun, down-to-earth, gorgeous person, human being. I never expected that. I just remember that day feeling as though I could sing A Boy Like That. I mean, he really taught me how to feel comfortable in myself. And I've always loved words, and so diction has never been a problem for me. I mean, I had been to London, I had been to, with different things, and I knew and felt how important diction was. And your dad felt the same way, so consequently, the music and the lyric was, when I got to A Boy Like That, I knew what it was about at that stage. At that stage. How boy did I know more later on. And I do remember your father in the quintet. He was in the pit, standing on a chair, and he was so enthusiastic, and he pulled the voices out of us. All that, he just pulled, and he came out of his body and went into ours, and we returned it, and all of a sudden he just stomped his foot and disappeared because his foot went through the chair. He broke the chair, and It did. Fortunately, we didn't feel like. Now, if Jerry had done that, I don't know if I would have gone. But we just howled with Lenny. He got right back up, got another chair, and off we went. But it was sweet. It was a sweet moment. He did not hurt himself. I want you to know he did not hurt himself. Auditioning for the show, I rehearsed My Man's Gone Now from Porgy and Bess, dancer. And because at that time dancers danced, singers sang, period, that was it. And so I sang it, and there was a little smile on his face, and I kind of went, oh, that's nice. And then one of my other many people in this body said, I think you're entertaining him. I think he's laughing a little bit at you because you have the audacity to sing in a baritone voice something from Porgy and Bess. And he indeed asked me to sing it again. So I knew that I was making him laugh. I knew it, but he was never rude about it. Well, of course, all of us, I think, were, as far as the auditions were concerned, we were all a little more nervous than usual singing. Jerry Robbins and Lenny made us feel very comfortable. I remember my legs shaking so much then, and my hands, and so I put my hands behind my back and pulled my body up, and thinking the voice was going to come out like Maria Callas or something, and but I kind of almost got a style from putting my hands behind my back, and then I would walk a little bit as I sang, just to steady my legs. But no, the auditions were they made them very comfortable for us. This skirt was so magnificent in color, and Irene really, she showed me how to use that skirt. She showed me how to use that skirt with such delicate elegance, and don't give it all away, she'd say. Just flip it here. Just all of a sudden have the audience go, what was that? That color just flashed through there. And so when Jerry did a revival of West Side, he asked me if I would come in and just see if I could remember some of the steps to teach. And I was honored, and I said yes. And I came in and I remembered mostly all of it, but there was some places I didn't remember. And I said, can I come back tomorrow? I want to bring my skirt. Well, I'm here to tell you, everything lives. Everything talks. And my skirt, the moment I put my skirt on, it filled those places that the feet didn't fill. What a lesson I learned about clothes, about skirts, about the arm, and where that sleeve is. Everything has feeling, I'm telling you. And Lenny knew it through that music. He wrote such beautiful stuff. Oh, God. But these are wonderful, and I am so grateful to God that I can say within my universe, Leonard Bernstein exists. And without making a fool out of myself right now, I am ever so grateful that I met him, and he smiled at me.